Hey Ryan, I'm here with Chris. He's the mechanic been working on your hot rod, getting you dialed in, and proud to tell you we've made significant progress on your car, and we want to shoot a little video here to give you an update and show you specifically what we've got done and frankly the little bit that we have left to do. So obviously, and by the way, that's Chris. Wave, Chris. That's Chris. So obviously you can tell that we've got your headlights working, your marker lights working, and you've got high beam and low beam. Do you want to show him that, Chris? High beam, low beam, and turn signals. High beam, low beam, and turn signals. There's your right turn and your left turn. Thank you. And then we'll zoom into your motor compartment here and show you everything's done, frankly, except for a couple things. So in the back left side there, behind the intake manifold, the blue and the green wire, or purplish blue wire, we're waiting on a couple components that should be here tomorrow. One for the oil pressure pickup and the other for the water temperature pickup to match the gauges that you chose. So the ones that are in their factory Chevrolet GTO stuff are just not going to work. So we've got stuff coming, should be here tomorrow. The wires over here, the orange and the pink ones, we're debating leaving for you. They are, one is switched and one is keyed power, and we don't need them for what we're doing here, but we're debating tying them up and leaving them behind the fender well so that you would have access to them should you add anything that required keyed and or switched 12-volt power. The other thing that we don't yet have done here is actually down here, and that is right there, and but it will be done soon. We'll be done with this thing on schedule by the end of the month. And Chris, remind me what that was for.
Fan.
The fan, that's right.
It is grounded, but it's not hooked up to power yet.
That's right. And these guys are the green wires for the horn, and they are active, so that's functional. We'll keep going around here and walk inside. And we've got the gauge cluster temporarily in place. It appears to us that the gauge cluster is probably out of order, meaning there's a dash pad that would go over the top, and so it looks to us that that should be installed since the top of the gauge cluster would be mounted under that. So our concern then is the steering column. We can mount the steering column in this guy, but we need to remove the steering column to do it. And so we're just thinking this is a little out of order, something we need to talk with you about. But as you can see, you got high beam indicator, left turn, right turn, so all the LED indicators work, and you've got the illuminated gauges, everything works. And wiper motor, Chris, that was working too. There you go, so that's working. The motor doesn't sound all that great to us, but it does have power and it is functioning. The remaining wires in here that are in here are few, but they will be finished and tied up, and a couple things that we have yet to connect are over here, and some of them we're just not going to be using, but those will all be tied up. And then the OBD connector on the ground, and then the white wire on the ground there is for is actually going to put power to the computer. So that's actually it inside.
Starter.
Oh, starter, pardon me, starter. Okay, motor turns over. We're not quite ready to start it yet, but it obviously turns over. Fuel pump. Hopefully you can hear that in the video, but the fuel pump is running. So everything is working. Let's go. Let me go to the back of the car so you can turn that on for me, Chris. So right now we're just running off of a battery charger that I've got connected to your car. We're not running off of your battery, but we've got all three light harnesses out, but we've only got lights in the two. The brake and the tail are there. The backup light we're not quite done with yet, but it's sitting out here. So right now we got tail lights on, and then brake light. Oh, there's right turn, left turn, and then brake light, and there's your brake light. So everything's functioning. So that's what we've got done. Chris, is there anything else we wanted to show or talk about? But everything's coming together. We are almost done. We will definitely be done within schedule by the end of next week, and frankly, probably sooner. And we're thinking, barring a big problem, we should even come in at or perhaps under budget. So I trust you're pleased with what we've got so far, and let me know if you have any questions. Thank you very much, Russ.